Greetings, Armchair Imagineers. I've never gotten to say that before. Hi, I'm Skipper Pie.
And
Joining me today. Oh, no, go for
I'm
it.
so sorry. I'm Skipper Tiki. Hello, my joke was kind of ruined. But
It's okay, Tiki. You're new at this. So, also joining us, of course, as always, is Orangebird, but they're taking a nap today, so they're going to be a little less active. They sleep with their eyes open. It's terrifying.
So should we all?
You gotta sleep with one eye open. You never know what's gonna happen, especially if you're sleeping on Main Street.
Yeah. I mean, or Monaco, really. Like either.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I'm not
bad
as
news.
familiar, but they probably have slightly less serial killers. I don't know the stats, though.
I don't know.
The same number of possessed little girls named Reagan, though.
Yeah, it's a. But I would stay far away from either, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Guinea Bang Yang, who I'm going to guess is AGP?
That
Still a
sounds
guinea pig?
right.
Yeah. But just to right up top, I don't want to dwell on it, but to address the elephant, or should I say, smellephant in the room. A, I still haven't seen the smellephant. Sorry, Tiki.
Come on.
And B, lots went on. It's been taken care of with the mods, so we can just kind of move on past that. But like, if anyone does need to talk about it or talk about like game going forward, message me. This next round, it's a ride in Fantasyland, so you can take it a little easy. It's a bit more laid back, anyways. Smellephants is the response to Epic Universe, yeah. Epic Universe is actually their response to the Smellephants because we raised the game first.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Tiki has announced that he will not return from Vegas until Pi sees the Smellephants.
It should be Wednesday, but I'm scared because the forecast has like thunderstorms all day.
That might be the day he's actually coming back. I know he's there for like a week.
They're just gonna keep him in the plane, like they won't let him leave the plane.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Pi hasn't seen the Smellephants yet. Show me a picture of Pi with the Smellephants, and he's like trying to get off. He has his bags around him. He has a crushed hat.
Of like 20 people behind him. Like, what the fuck is a Smellephant?
It's a dirty suit, crushed hat. Yeah. It's like, I just want to go home.
This is a deleted scene from the new remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's not as good as the original. So, while we're letting a few people trickle in, letting everyone see that we're live and all that, which, with this being a different channel, I'm guessing probably less people are going to be in the chat or see it happen, but who knows?
Yeah.
The project this week was to go back in time and erase Fast and Furious Supercharged from existing. And Pix, you're right, Joker's has an amazing teacup.
Oh yeah, it's a it's a Haunted Mansion teacup. I got it at Tokyo Disneyland. I love it. It has a matching plate. It's amazing.
I love that even more now. That's fantastic.
It's so good.
All I have is a water park cup that they let you get refillable beers in.
Hey, that's great too. I love mine. I can't put
slightly
beer
less
into.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, well, going back in time, we're erasing Fast and Furious Supercharged from existence and replacing it with a land. And Fancy Springs does look amazing. I don't know how that's working. I feel like I'm seeing a lot about the land with it not being open yet. Have you gotten to see that?
They've been doing media days, and right around now, it must have started since there's videos coming out. They've been doing like soft opens, but only for hotel guests with vacation packages.
Got
And
it.
they're doing it really oddly. I've been like purposely trying to avoid videos, but
Yeah.
from what little I have seen, it looks great.
There you go.
Yeah.
I haven't watched much either, and I won't spoil anything. I was kind of surprised there was such a big, seemingly large presence for the Tinkerbell DVD movies in
Oh,
2024, like 5 years after the last one was made.
the Japanese pick the weirdest things to rally around.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one of them. Another one is Stitch's girlfriend, Angel, who they love and adore, and I never
Yeah.
see anywhere else, but she's like a daily meet and greet at Disneyland. It's crazy.
It used to drive me crazy because she was only in, I think, 2 episodes total of the TV series. She
Yeah.
wasn't like a large character, and then all of a sudden we start getting all this merch from Tokyo. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
She's so popular. Even like the TV show must have been popular because their Stitch overlay for Tiki Room features the theme song from the TV show.
I mean, TV show, I do remember really liking it.
Yeah, the TV show was great.
Yeah.
It's just very weird to see
fair.
just the things that get really popular in Japan when they weren't really popular in the US.
Yeah. And a lot of times, even if they sell like merch of them, that popularity still doesn't translate. Like we've brought Duffy to Epcot 3 separate times now.
Yeah. God,
Yeah,
people
picks
go
Duffy
crazy.
and Friends.
I'm a convert. Have you read the Good Book by?
Is this going back to Dune again?
Well, no, I thought of that the second we started. I left my copy of Dune in my car. But no, the Duffy storybooks that I can't remember the name of. Every single one except for the first one has an English translation. So you can't get the beginning of the story, but if you're willing to skip a chapter, it really picks up. So you can get all the deep lore on Stella Lou and Shelley May. And
I do love deep lore, and I do love storybooks. I can be a real hipster about this, though, because I technically did read the first Duffy storybook before he was Duffy.
Oh, the Disney Bear one?
The Disney Bear at Once Upon a Toy.
Oh my god.
I had, until I gave it to my sister when hers broke, like a little keychain of Disney Bear from when he first launched, before he failed here, so they moved him and Duffy and rebranded him in Tokyo.
That's amazing.
So I read that version of the storybook. I haven't read the official version now.
That's great. You got in on the ground floor, so you're good to go. Yeah.
That's one of the few things I can be a hipster with. It's that. And I saw the pilot episode of The Office the night it premiered.
Oh, God.
I got those 2 claims to fame.
Jeez. No, I'm definitely a Duffy convert now that I live here. I don't know if you can see it which way. I have gelatoni ears in my closet.
Ooh, nice.
With my Oswald ears.
Love it.
They're too good.
Speaking of Duffy, not to get distracted from talking about the project we're supposed to be talking about and talk about the next one, Hong Kong Disneyland's amazing. Like, it's not, but like, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
They have on their website, they have a picture, or on their map, a Duffy Playhouse meet and greet area. And it's just like an unthemed building with a top over it. That's like a picture on the top of a house. And then on their website, they list each individual Duffy character that you can meet there as a separate attraction.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah. Still, to this day, Hong Kong's padding their attraction lineup.
They gotta do it somehow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, though, because you can't even meet all the Duffys in Tokyo.
I mean, I don't know. I'll admit, I don't know if it was all of them, but once I saw like 7, I figured it has to be, if not all of them, nearly
that sounds right. There's only I think there are 7. Let's name them together. There's Duffy. There's Shelley May. There's Gelatoni. There's Stella Lou. There's Cookie Ann. There's Olu Mel. And then there's the one from Shanghai, who's a girl fox, whose name I've forgotten.
I believe Girl Fox is the name.
Yes, it's her. Yeah, it's Girl Fox. There's so many.
Yeah. And AGP, I do not doubt that at all that Animal Kingdom will list every single animal has its own attraction.
I wish, that'd be great. I just want to see that on the app.
And Pix is saying cookie, and I don't know if they're just hungry or if that's the girl fox.
No, Cookie Ann is the dog.
Oh,
she's Hong Kong's actually.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
They introduced like 3 to Tokyo, and then as the other Asian parks opened, each one got their own Duffy.
That's cute. Which
they slowly introduced back to Tokyo, and they do like, these weird big events. Like the Girl Fox is coming. They have it on the monorail, and they have like all this merch. Like June 16th, Girl Fox arrives, and like it's crazy.
That's kind of fun though. I'm kind of surprised nothing major has been done with Duffy.
Same. All he has is a show. And like 2 meet and greets.
I know there was rumors of a show on Disney Plus, or maybe it happened, but it was just like a short.
There's like a stop motion series of like 2-3 minute long shorts.
Okay,
something like that. I don't know if it's on American Disney Plus.
Who knows?
I only know because they play them in the Duffy store. But anyway,
but still,
that's a lot of Duffy lore.
Anyways, that's the end of the Duffy stream. Thank you all.
Thanks for coming.
Anyways, we have the projects. You're obviously on Team Birds, so you probably are a bit more familiar with that one. Did you get a chance to look over Team Boats, though?
I did. No, I read through both again this morning.
And Lena Bell, that's the girl fox.
Lena Bell, thank you. Oh my god.
Lena Bell is actually the middle name. The first name is girl, and the last name is Fox. Fun fact for Duffy lore.
It's her Christian name.
But yeah, no, I figure we're probably gonna spend more time talking about Team Birds, especially since that's the one you're on. So, and especially with Team Boats having posted first, you want to go over them first?
Team Birds, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Team Boats, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Everyone gets the names confused.
Sorry. It's been a week. Yeah, we can talk about Team Boats first.
I almost made the team names Lemon and Lime. That was my first thought. I don't know if that would have been more or less confusing.
I don't know. I think I prefer Birds and Boats.
Oh,
but I like what you were going for with Lemon and Lime.
Yeah. Citrus.
As we are dreaming of.
Exactly, you get it. And this time, the citrus was dreaming about Fast and Furious.
Which dreaming of its demise. Yeah.
I haven't posted the reviews because I haven't finished Team Birds reviews yet. So this is the first feedback, I guess. I was not sure about this at first. I feel like Fast and Furious works really well as a ride, not as a land. But after seeing it all come together, I feel like the ties to Monaco really sold it. I liked it. I'm into it.
I like it as well. I do have a couple issues with it. But like generally overall I liked it. I do have one question because I'm not very versed in Fast and the Furious. Do they ever like go to Europe? Because Monaco seems like a weird setting for Fast and Furious to me. I feel like they went to Russia or something weird.
I'm positive they have been to Europe. They've been to like all around the world. I don't know enough to say. I know they had Rio was a big focus. I know they've done Tokyo as a big focus. Russia, I believe, was a big focus. I'm pretty sure they've gone to Europe, though.
Okay. It's just like
they're globe-trotting spies now, obviously.
That's true. That's fair. Like I like the idea, but Monaco felt a little too clean to me for Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Like I liked it more once I saw it all together, but that was definitely my initial concern. Especially since they don't really focus on the spy aspect.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking that when I was reading it. Like I really wish like their e-ticket, they could still have the coaster, they could still do everything they were doing like they did with the coaster, but I kind of wish it played more into the characters. Like even if it was something like, oh, we're gonna rob a casino, like something weird like that would fit more thematically into the characters and what they're about, rather than like, we're in Monaco, let's race. Yeah.
So I do really love centering around them arguing over what American cars versus international cars. I thought that was just them bickering being what they wind up focusing on and not the mission they're supposed to be doing. That felt very in character.
I agree.
Even though,
that's
like
a really
you said,
fun idea.
Being Monaco, I think a bit more of a spy focus would have worked. But yeah.
I feel like we've done Monaco before in that exact spot. Was there a James Bond land that was Monaco?
I don't remember it super well because I wasn't involved with it. I think it was Venice, Italy.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
I think it was technically, if we're gonna get real nitpicky here, I think it was like 2 doors down where Fear Factor is.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember because I was in Sorcerer's Apprentice one time, and there was like one point where I was like working on like well, here's everything compiled and like maps for Sorcerer's Apprentice as like a directory before one of the seasons, and that never happened.
Yeah, like I vaguely remember that happening, but I know I didn't work on it.
Yeah.
No, whatever. It's just funny. It's a funny coincidence.
But ACP does bring up a good point that they had planned to focus more on the spy element with a scavenger hunt. Interactive game type thing. There was a lot of technical issues on both sides.
Yeah, it sounds like
Birds wound up getting a bit more of the brunt of it, but boats had their fair share of problems too. Though I will say, just for future, if you ever want to like butter me up a scavenger hunt or interactive game in the land, that is absolutely my jam. Cool. My 3 favorite things on theme parks: scavenger hunts, walkthrough attractions, especially with an unnecessary amount of stairs, like the tree house or the mountain trail at Typhoon Lagoon. Something funny. That's it.
I'm writing those down. Write those down, everyone. Yeah.
Just really hurriedly change your Fantasyland e-ticket to be just walking upstairs to do a scavenger hunt.
Doing the Fox in the Town treehouse.
There you go. But
it's a whole ride where you have to search for the Court of Miracles all around Fantasyland.
That actually would be really fun.
Yeah, it does really good, actually. Anyway,
I also loved Little Autopia. I know it had planned to be a bigger thing, but I think actually scaling it back to just kind of be in that one spot and then peek out to the rooftops was smart.
Yeah, I really liked it as well, and I really like what they did with it. I really like that they addressed the ride for adults and kids.
Yeah,
I felt weird about it being indoors though, especially when we set it up as a race and the top speed is like 4.
And I know part of it does go outdoors, but I feel like
but it seems like most of it's inside, right?
Would have worked better.
I agree. Yeah. But I like it as a concept. I think it's a really cool concept.
Yeah. Buzz Churro's Infinity Staircase is my jam. Yeah. Put down the bread with the peanut butter because that's my jam. No, this is one that I feel like it caught a bit in a middle ground between a nice, simple outdoor race and a more complex like dark ride. And I like that tried to be more. I feel like if there was more time, this was another one that got kind of caught up in the time crunch of having to be put together pretty quickly. I don't know if you saw it initially, but for the first like 12 hours or so of being uploaded, it was pictures of someone's computer screen typed up offline.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. I forget how long it took to fix, but like, if you guys want to fix that so it can be read, like once you have internet again, just copy and paste it in, you're good.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I don't like. I always appreciate big swings.
Oh yeah.
I think the ideas are a little flawed at times, but I really like what they were going for.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like personally, I would have liked to see something that wasn't Fast and the Furious. As as much justice as I think they did to it, and they definitely did it better than Universal Creative did. Hey, but
that's a low bar, but no, they definitely did. They did good.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Where I think the thing that kind of does hold it back is Fast and Furious is kind of limited.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 rides, or there's 3 rides, and 2 of them are the same concept, just one's a coaster and one's not. But the introduction does sell it.
Yeah,
especially the updated one. I like that you add it once it was already like done being judged. You're just like, okay, well, here's some of the things we had planned to add, so let's just kind of for posterity's sake have some fun with it.
Also, I don't know who did what because I didn't see credits anywhere, but there were like 10,000 shops in this land.
Yes, that was Outbound, as he had the idea of trying to like, because Universal does that a lot, at least in the Florida parks, because a bunch of little shops.
Oh, that's fair. I get that then.
Yeah. It took me off guard at first too, and then the second time reading it, I'm like, well, actually, I'm here for this.
Yeah, that makes more sense now that you're explaining that. But I was just reading, just kept going and going. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that took me off guard at first too, especially because Fast and Furious isn't a franchise you think of as a like shopping, buying things from.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, they were all pretty Fast and the Furious theme, but I think if you kind of removed it from that a little bit, or maybe took greater effort to remove that from directly Fast and the Furious, they could make like an interesting little world showcasey subland inside of the Fast and Furious, which would be interesting. I kind of like how
the further you go down, the more it does that too. Because like the first 2 are like, here's the garage, here's the tech house, and you get Little Tokyo, here's Monte Carlo Casino, here's just an antique shop.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it was really, it was cool.
I like how Pix is slowly going crazy reading about the movie
down the rabbit hole.
They went to Europe.
Oh my god,
they get insane. They peaked at one point in terms of like balancing insane and good, but they're so fun. They're not good anymore. They're so fun though.
I've never liked them. I watched like maybe 1 or 2 of them. And so my friends in college were obsessed with Fast and the Furious, and I just didn't get it.
And I cannot blame you for not liking it, because again, other than I think 2 of the movies, they're not good.
Yeah.
And the ones that are good are not good for like the reasons people tend to like the Fast and Furious movies. Like the first movie, like the most exciting race is just the plot of the first movie is just stealing VCR players. Maybe it was DVD players.
That's really funny. For all that, I totally thought the first movie was just about a race.
Yeah, no.
I didn't realize.
If you know Point Break, it's that. It's the exact plot of Point Break.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the FBI was involved from the beginning. It's a weird series.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Jeez. Why? Why do they keep giving these people money?
No.
I guess they do well.
That was a gag I really enjoyed. I think that was Outbound with the shops. Just saying we're going to put them, Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel on retainer to stay here so they can stop making these movies. That's a net good.
Oh my god. It makes no sense because they're both making money through other things. Like, it's not like this is no one except for Ludacris. This is no one's main source of income.
Isn't it Vin Diesel's main source of income?
No, because he's got Marvel money.
Yeah, but he just says, I am Groot. How much money is he really making off of that?
He's got the pacifier money.
You're right. I forgot about the royalties from the pacifier.
Yeah, come on. It's a Disney's highest grossing film, The Pacifier, with Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Who can forget? All the awards it won, too.
Yeah. No, I don't. I didn't think it was going to get Best Picture or Best Makeup, but they really pulled through.
Best Supporting Actress, though, I think they were robbed.
Yeah. It would have been great. It would have been.
Yeah.
She would have been the youngest winner. But hey, they always go for the older people.
Not many people know this, but that little girl there, that was a young Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Like, not metaphorically, that was the actress.
Yeah.
And yes, there was a live show that toured.
And didn't they look stupid after? Oh my god, really? That's weird.
Yeah.
Fucking the spinning coaster. I thought it was weird that they were spinning, like they integrated spinning into it. But the entire time I was reading it, all I could think of was that Kuka arm thing they used to have on the tram tour in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where they just spin cars in front of you and you move on.
Amazing. A+. Universal really has no idea what to do with this franchise.
Neither do the writers.
But, like, it's one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. Like, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
By just about every metric. And yet, anytime Universal tries to integrate it, they're like, I don't know. What if we did it terrible?
I think they might have possibly gotten it now with that coaster that they're building in Hollywood.
Yeah. Which I like that they kind of walked backwards. Like, I like that they're doing a drift coaster, but we don't want to do the same thing. But like drifting is so integral to the series, which led to the idea of doing a spinning coaster instead. But I'm excited for that drift coaster. And there's rumors it's coming to Florida too. That they're going to replace Rip Ride Rocket with it.
And I'd be way down for that because Rip Ride Rocket is not as good as it is popular.
It's not.
I rode it once and I did not have a good time.
I will sometimes ride it, but in general, that's like the only ride at Universal that I'm just, if I'm with people, 9 times out of 10, I'll just be like, I'm good. I'll sit this one out. Y'all have fun.
Honestly, I've never really been impressed with their coasters. Their new ones are great. Like Hagrid's is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
USJ has a flying coaster, which is like my favorite flying coaster in the world.
They're amazing.
It's so good. Oh my god. And Velocicoaster looks great, but like Hulk, I've never really been huge into. Rip Ride Rocket, I hated.
Hulk was great for the time. It hasn't aged as well just because so many things have come after it.
Yeah.
You definitely do have to do Velocicoaster, though.
I know. Next time I come, hopefully whenever that will be.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool land.
Cool land. Very good. I also love the dining and all the other little details that I had it here. They did a great job. Tegan's giant tire wheel is something that I feel shouldn't have worked, but Tegan just has a way of making things that sound dumb on paper work. Like I read, I'm like, okay, now I could see that a giant tire would actually fit in somehow.
Yeah, that's a really cool, like, super out of left field, like historical pick. Did she say what that's from? Because I know I've seen it before. It's like a World's Fair or something.
Believe it was a World's Fair. I'm double checking now while I have it up if it says it in the project. Yeah, 1964 World's Fair.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Which actually thematically fits because the Men in Black facade.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Which I think last thing I probably have to say on this, unless you have more things. I like how well this fits into the rest of the park.
Yes.
You have that with the Men in Black. It continues the city theme, but without like the separating it off does a good job. And direct parallel to the giant log-led donut. I forgot about that. That was a neat detail. Directly, I don't know if you know if Universal Florida's laid out, but there's the lake.
Oh.
So it's right on the lake, and directly across from it is the Simpsons land with the giant donut. I didn't even think about that. There was a lot of thought that went into the placemaking on this one. I really appreciate that.
Great job. Yeah.
And unless you have anything else to say about this project, I say we close it out by saying they did go to London in Fast and Furious 6.
Which is not Monaco.
Not Monaco, but
London.
Europe.
Yes. Not mainland.
No.
But nor a part of the EU. So
yeah,
like an associated Europe.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll get there by 15. Yeah.
Supposedly Fast and Furious 11 is going to be the last one, but they've said that before.
They've been saying that for 15 years. They've been saying that since Paul Walker died.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Love it. Anyways, something that's almost as horrifying as the fact that Fast and Furious will outlive us all. Main Street.
Yeah. It's fun.
Again, I forget if it was on air before we got on. I think that name is just so fantastic.
It was before, and I totally agreed. I think that was Pergron, if I remember incorrectly.
Yeah.
Pergron
like a
was
lot
definitely...
of this project is Pergron.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna say this is just a Pergron project, so I don't want to devalue what everyone else did. But if you go to the credits, it's Pergron, Walt, Pergron, 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 Disneyman 1, Pergron.
Yeah. No, he did a fantastic job, and he's really passionate. This is a great project for him because he's really passionate about films and about horror.
Oh yeah.
So it was a very good fit. Exactly. And I'm glad that we went with horror. I think it makes sense for the park. That was kind of my main argument when we were brainstorming. So there's always been a demand for like a year-round Halloween something.
Yeah.
So I think it was a really good fit. I do like the other idea that we almost went with, which I don't know if you saw. We were very close to going with Nickelodeon.
Which also would have been great. I would have been happy with either. Personally, I'm really happy horror won out. But also, either of those would have made great lands.
I was just really taken with the visuals for what we were talking about with Nickelodeon. Because we were talking about doing an indoor land based around like the game shows, which I think would have been really, really cool. And honestly, I'd like to see that project happen sometime. But I still think we made the right choice by going with horror. Especially
I think y'all made the right choice, but
the place we were in. No.
If we're ever in a game where we can walk on a Nick Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple land, sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But no, Main Street, I was initially a little concerned with how it all fit together, but just I like that you didn't overthink it. There's no like big complex lore of how everything fits together. It's just like, I don't know, most of these are in houses or apartments. Here's a city street. Here's a block of houses. Done.
Yeah, that's what it definitely took us some time to like get there, because we had so many angles we were trying to figure out. Like, I wasn't really quite as present as I would have liked to have been because I just had a ton of shit going on. But like, we had a lot of discussion about like using the classic monsters. Like, if we want to pick a specific aesthetic, I was kind of fighting for like modern horror, which is sort of what we ended up going with.
Yeah. Bit more
like
of an 80s focus, but still pretty strong.
And I think it worked out really well. And I think we came up with a good way to meld everything together.
Exactly.
Yeah. That came out well.
I could do some like minor nitpicks. I wish the darker stuff was a bit more separated out from the more fun, goofy stuff. Like the Evil Dead dog ride is like directly next to the Beetlejuice family coaster.
That's fair. And I really like the Beetlejuice coaster, but I think it was a weird pick to go with Beetlejuice.
See, I kind of disagree. I like having the two sides of the spooky fun and the actual creepy. I think it gave it a good balance to not just be a Halloween Horror Nights land.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
But like, I do also get what you're saying, that being more cohesive and focusing more on like slashers and modern horror and just stick with that vibe.
I think that's kind of what I wanted when we were first talking about this project, was have it be like an adult's haven almost.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more enclosed, and then really focus on like walkthroughs, maybe have like one e-ticket and a smaller ride, and a lot of like mazes and stuff like that.
I think that could have been really cool.
Yeah.
I know, I forget if it was you or Pergron, but someone suggested Chucky, and it was like the day after the finale of Chucky aired too. So I was like, yes, more Chucky.
That was me, because I was going to do that restaurant that I wasn't able to do.
Oh, right.
And it was one of the ideas that I don't think I was going to go with, but I wanted to, was Chucky. Honestly, of what I posted, and it didn't make sense for the land, so I'm glad I didn't do it, was what I posted, what I liked was the Abbott and Costello idea, which did not make sense for the land, but I really like it as an idea.
Yeah.
Like a weird like comedy restaurant that's not like Jekyll and Hyde. It's more of like, I don't even like, I guess sort of dinner theater and like immersive, but not quite like clubby, you know, where there's like characters walking around and stuff, just kind of like a weird goofy thing.
I think that could have, like you said, not fit here, but I do think that was like a great idea.
Yeah. Of what we were doing, I think Chucky made the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which that does explain, like, I know you wound up with a lot of scheduling issues and not being able to participate much. Monterey Red computer broke. Like,
computer died the day before. Yeah.
And like so many things happened. So I'm not holding it against Team Bird for like minor nitpicks or stuff, but it does make sense now when I go to the shopping and dining page and there's 4 stores and no dining.
Yes. Yeah, because I was gonna do the restaurant, but we don't need to eat. It's fine. Who wants to get scared and then sit down for a meal?
Exactly.
Not me.
And everyone knows at theme park restaurants, the scariest thing is when you see the prices on the menu.
Exactly. And we didn't want to hit those highs and then disappoint immediately with proper scares in a maze. It's a statement.
Yeah.
That restaurant not being there. It's not neglect. It's not scheduling issues. It's a proper calculated statement. Yeah.
The scariest thing is hunger after all.
Think of it. Yeah, you're starving in a theme park and you round a corner and there's a restaurant, but it's boarded up.
Yeah.
And unthemed.
It's just like a McDonald's. I love the life in the land and all the like little pop-up things. I don't know how many of the pop-up things was Walt Wiz's description and how much of it was Little Things Playground added. I think it was mostly all Walt Wiz.
I think it was all Walt Wiz because he was doing the land overview.
Yeah.
Unless I don't, Pergrat's not here, so he can't answer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it all to Walt Wiz, and if so, he did great. Like I love even like the little walk up Cujo fence where the dog would bark at you. Or
I was gonna say there were such like obscure references, like Cujo.
Yeah. And like having like scare actors just like baked into the theme of the land. Even little things like Gale Weathers popping out of the news van to interview you about all the murders nearby.
Yeah.
I'm a big, because I'm kind of new to being into horror, so I haven't seen all the franchises. I've been going like just about every Halloween. I'm like, okay, this is the year I watch all the Halloween movies. This is where I watch all the Child's Play. But Scream is one. Even before I was into horror, I was into Scream. So I was definitely happy to see that here.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I think, Walt Wiz did a really good job with the land description. Yeah. And like honestly, like everything worked out really well. The rides were great. That Little Shop show was really great as well.
Oh yeah.
I'd really like to bring attention to that because
I love Little Shop.
Falls to the wayside a little bit with everything else.
Yeah.
Disney Man knows how to do a show.
A minor note.
Yeah.
That the script is maybe slightly more extensive than needed.
Totally agree.
I both appreciate it because I love Little Shop and it's fun to read. But I feel like if it was in like a Google Doc, I feel like 2/3 of the project would be that script. But
no,
also
I
with
agree.
It being in a website, it's easy to click around.
And he did that during the Epcot project too, where he writes these really fantastic shows, but they're hyper detailed.
Oh yeah,
with full scripts.
Disney Man One's greatest strength and greatest weakness, because I don't think anyone else does that or could do that. I remember even back. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Remember even back. I think you were on this team actually. A Pinocchio musical back in like Singing with the Imagineering, like season 14.
You and I wrote a song together.
Yeah,
it was our first collaboration.
It was great. That was like my first big game, so just so shocked. Was like, this is amazing, the people I'm on here with. I just sang into my phone in my car after work one night, and this guy turned it into an actual song. And then Dizzy Man 1 just logs on one day and was like, hey, I know I said I was just going to write a scene or two, but here's the entire script for the half-hour musical.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah, he's crazy. But great. Like, I'm so glad.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, with everything, like even rides, he's like, okay, this is my idea. And 2 hours later, he's like, it's done. Here it is. Full ride.
Right, because that's the other thing. He's almost always posting his stuff early, too.
Yes, very early. Because he had that little shop ride done, I think, by the original due date.
Yeah.
It was very early, because we were having full discussions about meet and greets afterwards for Audrey, too.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is another thing I'd like to mention. It's not a big deal, but don't get caught up in timelines. It's fine. It's theme park. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't need Audrey 3. Audrey 2 is fine.
Like, it's a neat detail and like in a different setting that could have worked. But like I said, I think the biggest strength with your land is that you didn't overthink it.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything's here because it's here. There's no explanation of like, here's a cursed jewel, so all the evil people are after it. Here's a page of backstory on that. And that can be great. What makes this work is just there. Don't think about it.
It's a celebration of horror. Nothing else. Just as how Fast and the Furious is a celebration of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Like, they could have added story, but they didn't need it, and it doesn't...
Yes.
I guess a little bit's missing, but not really anything.
Both teams did a really good job with that, of just keeping it, this is a land, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Which, again, sometimes the crazy can be great, but both of these were aided by that. Other things I want to shout out, I really liked that the Beetlejuice coaster has a drop track just for a gag at the end. Like, that's such like a fun Beetlejuice thing to do. It doesn't even lead to like another thrill section. It's just done. Here's the exit.
No, it's really the whole ride is really well written and very much in the theme of the film. Films, the Beetlejuice franchise.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm exactly optimistic for how Beetlejuice 2 is going to turn out. I do love that it's titled Beetlejuice.
I'm optimistic if I forget that Beetlejuice's first line was "the juice is loose." Like, up until then, I was there for it. I'm still there for it, but I just need to ignore that line.
Yeah. I'm optimistic as long as I ignore the last decade of Tim Burton's filmography.
He had a couple good ones. He had Big Eyes. I liked Wednesday.
I haven't actually seen Wednesday yet. I do need to watch that.
I have a couple issues with the story, and it's definitely cliche, but it's probably the most Tim Burton-y Tim Burton thing in quite a while.
There you go. And I do hate to break it to you, but Big Eyes was a decade ago.
Oh my god, you're right, it was.
That was 2014. I looked it up just to be certain.
Jesus Christ. Where is the time gone? One day closer to death. One day closer to meeting Beetlejuice.
There you go.
God willing, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to assume we said Beetlejuice the proper number of 3 times, that he's gone now.
He's coming. If we say it 3 times, Ace Astro will join this call.
Evil Dead Dark Ride, I think it's such a fun, weird idea.
Yeah. That was a great choice of IP.
If this was like any other park, I would be worried, like, you can't do like anything you did there. I feel like Universal could pull it off.
I agree. Universal's in a weird place.
Yeah.
Where they're allowed to do some things.
Like I said, I think I would have liked it to be a bit more set apart. I like that it wasn't like a sanitized Evil Dead. I mean, obviously it's sanitized from Evil Dead, the movie, but like still, it wasn't like, here's Evil Dead's PG adventure for the whole family to ride together. No, it was Evil Dead.
Yeah, it was, I don't know if I'd go quite as far as having having them flip guests off at the end. But everything else I loved.
I can just see that being like the little thing at the end where Pergron's just putting this and is like,
he's like, fuck it.
This one's for me. This is a little treat to Pergron.
He's giggling.
Like, yeah. You know what? I do respect it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta do something for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it was a great choice of IP. I really liked that he went that direction.
I still think Journey into Animation should have ended with the Mickey on the bridge flipping guests off too.
Yes, I agree.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked having the maze. I liked the idea of moving the horror makeup show and like tweaking it a little bit, but more or less just keeping it the same.
Yeah. No, I agree. That had to
fun
happen.
Additions.
Yeah. Yeah. I do question having two shows, but I don't think it's not a bad thing. It was something that was necessary to move it.
Yes.
And I wouldn't cut either of them.
Yeah.
But that's also a lot of shows right next to each other.
I think, in my mind at least, it helps. Unless I miss something going through Little Shop Live, that the horror makeup show is like set apart in a theater as like, this is the show. But then Little Shop Live just kind of pops up in the street. So like the Blues Brothers show they have.
Oh, I didn't realize that was on the street. I missed that part.
Yeah. Which is another thing that might be a little long for being a street show, but also Universal does a lot of long ones.
Yeah, it's fair. It's long for a street show.
Yeah.
But
that's about how long the Tales of Beelzebub the Bird is, though. They do a lot of shows that they pop, maybe not quite that long, but maybe that one just feels long. I'm not a fan of it. They do a lot of street shows that are meant to just pop in and pop out, so like this. But this is, while it is a full show, it's more or less a concert of songs from the movie. So it's not something I feel like a lot of people, unless they're really into it, are going to be just standing around watching the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it is a little show heavy. Between this and all the little other pop-up shows in the land area, and then the theater.
Yeah, but that's okay.
It works with what you're doing.
Yes, yeah. Like it definitely, like I said, I wouldn't cut anything.
Yeah. It's a very actor-heavy land, but that's the appeal of the land.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. And it makes me curious to see what they're going to do in Vegas.
Exactly.
Whenever that opens in like 20 years.
I'm going to name Tiki Missed It by just about 2 years.
Yeah. He'll get him next time. He just should have planned better.
Yeah. It was so close.
Yeah.
It's like Theme Park Priest being in Tokyo Disneyland a week before.
He's taking pictures of the entrance. He can't go in.
Oh my God. It's gotta be rough.
Yeah. I have to ask him about that trip. I hope it's going well.
Oh, yeah. I think he posted like one photo in the chat thread and everyone's like, yay!
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah. Also love the shops. Always love a good shop. Nothing like too stand out there. I like the Candyman reference. It's very clear how much this team love, or at least Pergron and Walt Wiz, if no one else, really loves horror movies and like knows the deep cuts to include too.
Oh my God. I wish I thought about this earlier when we were doing the project. But counterpoint, Killer Clown's Candy Shop.
Ooh, that could have been really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pergron, write that down. Write that down.
Yeah.
When you watch this in the future, write that down.
Yeah.
Please. Thank you.
It's not too late. I kind of only submitted like an hour ago. You can add that in. But no, I love my only real complaints, other than like dumb nitpicky stuff that popped up just because of what was going on, is just things I also want to see in it just because I love stuff here. Like, oh, there's so much things you could do with Scream. There's so many more things you could have done with, we mentioned Chucky. Cabin in the Woods is so good. There's so many horror movies you could have included.
I think that's something good about that flex space. And we didn't really have time to expand on that.
Yeah, is you can just swap through.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it came out really well, and I'm really happy that Pergron was able to do that. I'm really glad and happy with the work that both he and Ace and Walt Wiz did. And Disney Man. Oh my god. I'm very happy with the work that most of Team Birds put into this project.
Yeah. I'm double checking the credits to make sure we're not missing anyone. Did we mention Ace with the Beetlejuice coaster? Cool.
Yep, Ace did Beetlejuice. Yeah. Pergron did the other rides. Waltz Wiz did the land description, and Disney Man did the show, Little Shop.
Yeah. But no, with everything that went on, y'all did great. I'm really glad it all worked out, and loved reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now on to greener pastures.
Yeah. Something that's a description no one has ever given Hong Kong Disneyland.
Well, they might have before they built the park. Maybe.
I was showing Obi, or the, Obi, Hong Kong Disneyland now, and like going through the map and showing that off. And they made the very good point that Tomorrowland, since part of it's being broken off to be Avengers Campus, is going to be just Space Mountain and the Orbitron, the Astro Orbiters.
That's funny.
And nothing else. And no space for anything else, because then it's blocked in on both sides.
It's weird. That's kind of how Tokyo is, though. Kind of. It's weird. They're like shutting down half of it.
It's an odd move.
Yeah. I don't know. These parks confuse me.
Yeah. And AGP, you are entirely right. It is crazy how much Disney Man can write. The entire show, that show could have been a project by itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad that Disney Man's been so present, because he hasn't played the game in so long.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he's playing and doing so well, thriving.
Exactly. That's really been one of the most fun things of the season, is how many people who haven't been active in such a long time came back, and every single player was active.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a crazy game.
Oh yeah.
Just sheer
really
activity.
Well done by all the players and the host, but mostly the players.
Yeah. Obi's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah. Give him that nap.
He's so sleepy. No, it's been really good. And yeah, it's been a great game. Thank you for putting it on. And I'm glad it's been working out. These prompts have all been really fantastic. Oh, did he play What If? No.
I missed that because I was off the forum during What If, so I guess he did. I'm going to take AGP's word for it.
Did he? Oh, he did. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, well, he's getting back into it. I'm very glad.
There you go.
Yeah, good for him.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you for putting this on. The prompts have been really cool. They've all been really great.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a single prompt that I haven't been at least vaguely interested in.
There you go. That's the goal, is vague interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to read it and remember it.
Yeah. It's really interesting to me, the ones that players don't have issues with, and the ones that wind up being the tough rounds. Like this round, obviously those external factors, but this was like, universal land, so they can do literally whatever they want. That's the easy round. That'd be great. That's where everyone has most trouble. Yeah, water park. It's all just area designs. No one's gonna have problems with that. You don't even have to really do rides or anything. Probably the round that people had the most struggles with.
Yeah, I don't.
Meanwhile, the things I think it's probably gonna be really tough to sing along songs. Should I even do this? Even though people are into it, take it, run with it. Best project ever. Sea Ticket and Echo Lake. How's that gonna work? I'm sure they'll figure something out. Best project ever. That one and the animation courtyard one.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all very. It's weird to see what really grabs people.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why we can't design water parks, because it's not. It's the same as a regular theme park, just with water.
Yeah. Both projects did turn out good.
They did. I just love how utterly confused Tiki is about water parks. He's like, I don't go to water park. He's like an old man with like modern, like with like Facebook. He's like, I don't know this, and I refuse to learn.
Like at this point, I think it's been leaked out enough that let's just say I spend more time at the water parks than most people, and part of that time is spent answering questions from other people. I had someone ask me today, an increasingly agitated older woman, where's Disney? And she was holding a map of Blizzard Beach.
Just all of Disney World property. She's like, where is Disney?
I didn't really know how to help you with that one. Here, you made it.
Ma'am, it's everywhere. All around us, in the air, in the sun.
Everything the light touches is Disney.
He shook her. You're here. This is it.
Oh, yeah.
She just woke up on the beach. She's like, oh, my God.
There's like a plane crash nearby, and no one noticed because of theming.
She had on her was her Blizzard Beach map.
No.
Oh my God, I love tourists. It's so good.
They're amazing. It's the best. But I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, totally. Anytime.
Any last notes? Any last thoughts?
No. Keep up the good work. Yes, OB does sleep with his eyes open.
Yeah. I was going to buy an eye mask from the dollar store so I could put that over him.
Yeah.
But no, OB sleeps with the eyes open.
That's great.
That way they're ready.
He's wide awake
tries to blend them again.
Oh no. He's wide awake because we're being so loud.
Yeah. I am like literally right here.
I love it.
Anyways, this has been a lot of fun. Y'all have fun. Enjoy Hong Kong Disneyland. And I'll leave you with this one last note. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
No.